Damian Lillard, this is music, one of the best clutch players. It's Lord, he got an NBA. History applause. He can shoot three-pointers from really far away, but one of the best players ever, wasn't even picked in the top 5 players in his draft class. How did that happen? Well, some of the players picked before Damian Lillard were really, really good, and the others, well, they were just as special but in different ways. Waiters had a panic attack after he ate too much weed candy, Michael Kidd. Gilchrist, their current Charlotte Hornets, with that weird shooting form where both elbows go to the left. That was a really strange way to shoot. Now, before we talk about the careers of the 5 players picked before Dame Dela, we first need to quickly learn about Lillard's story from a kid nobody noticed in high school to an NBA lottery pick and one of only 8 players ever picked from his college. You know, I wasn't a kid that everyone talked about in middle school, high school, or college. You know, I had to do my work when nobody was watching, you know, like you did. I had to earn my way in high school. Dame was really short and nobody paid attention to him as a 5'5" freshman. He almost never got to play. His family moved him to 3 different schools to try to find a team that would let him play. But after 2 years of sitting on the bench, Lillard stopped moving schools and went back to his local school in his junior and senior year. Their dean got taller, stronger, and better at basketball, and his growth started to help him. He scored 22 points and got 5 assists per game and led his team to a 2-3-9 record, but scouts said he was just a 2-star player and he only got a few college offers. Dame decided to go to Weber State 81 College in Ogden, Utah, which plays in the Big Sky Conference, but at Weber, Lillard got a big reality check. You know, I realized that, you know, I didn't work hard enough, and, you know, I didn't play hard enough. I didn't play fast enough. You know, I started to just realize, like, man, this is harder than I thought. We had our first workout and I almost threw up, you know, like, and I was just like, man, like, if this is how hard it is at Weber State, like, is this really meant for me? But his trainer, Phil Beckner, wouldn't let him quit. He was always on me, like, you're not good enough. Because it was like we was working out on campus, in the gym, at a local community center. We was just all over the place, just working. He taught me what it meant to work really hard. Dean listened to the challenge and got way better at basketball. 24 games into the season, he became the starting point guard, then won the Big Sky Rookie of the Year in his second year. Dean kept doing well, and it looked like he might have a chance at the NBA when I showed up on campus. I literally was like, I'm going to the league. Just 10 games into his 3rd year, he got a really bad foot injury. This was a huge problem. Lillard was out for the whole season. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, Dame got stronger, worked on his ball handling, and spent hours watching game videos. When he came back his final year, Lillard led all of college basketball in scoring. He scored over 24 points per game while shooting really well from everywhere on the court. After the season, he said he wanted to enter the NBA draft once again. He faced more problems. NBA scouts said Dean was too short, that his skills wouldn't work in the NBA, and that his stats in college were just really good because he played in an easy conference. Mock drafts even said he would be picked late in the 1st round, but Lillard proved these critics wrong. He showed up to both days of the NBA pre-draft workouts and shocked everyone with his amazing fitness, ball handling, and shooting skills after that. Dane was considered the best point guard in his class, and his name jumped up to the top of the draft boards. I'm definitely trying to prove something, and that's why I worked out both days, because I was given the choice not to, but I wanted to show people that I belong here and then I could play at this level. But what about the 5 players picked before him? They must have been really special to get picked ahead of Damian Lillard, the number 1 pick in the 2012 NBA draft. Was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was amazing in college with the Kentucky Wildcats as a freshman. He averaged a double-double and almost 5 blocks per game. He won the SEC Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and led his team to the NCAA championship. Not to mention, he earned like 10 other big awards too when he said he wanted to enter the 2012 draft. D had huge expectations, but he quickly showed himself as one of the best big men in the league in his second season. He led the NBA in blocks and was named an All-Star a year later. He finished third in MVP voting. Then in 2017, AD had maybe his best season ever. He averaged 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game. The Pelicans even beat the Trailblazers 4-0 in the first round of the playoffs. However, injuries and his team not winning much bothered Davis. For the next few seasons, the agent for Anthony Davis has told the New Orleans Pelicans that he has no plan of signing a new contract and, as a matter of fact, has asked for a trade. Davis got tired of losing on a small market team with no chances of winning a championship. He asked for a trade in January 29th and with the help of his agent. Rich Paul and LeBron James Davis got sent to LA. In his first season, the Lakers completely changed the team around. They went from 10th in the Western Conference in 2019 to first in 2020. They sailed through the playoffs, then beat Miami Heat to win the NBA championship in the bubble. Davis averaged 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. His performance got him his first ring and made him a Hall of Famer. It's a real feeling. I'm just happy it's with these guys as of now. He's still part of the team, but AD's time in LA hasn't been all good things. He's dealt with injuries. Once again, his numbers have dropped since 2019, but when healthy, Anthony Davis is a total beast. Through 11 NBA seasons, he's averaged 24 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. New Orleans got really lucky when they picked Anthony Davis with the first overall pick. The second pick in the 2012 NBA draft was a really famous high school and college player, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, as the former #1 recruit in the country. MKG had his choice of the best college programs. He picked Kentucky, where he joined Anthony Davis on one of the greatest NCAA teams of all time. Davis may have been the star on Kentucky's title-winning team, but it was MKG who kept everything together as the glue guy. NBA scouts compared his game to Gerald Wallace. It was a similar comparison that Kawhi Leonard got, who was drafted a year before. Check out my video on Kawhi if you haven't seen it yet. The Charlotte Bob picked MKG and we're excited to add such a promising young forward. But in the NBA, he had problems in his rookie season. He averaged just 9 points and had a negative plus or minus number in 2013. He averaged 7 points. In 2014, he averaged 10 points and 7 rebounds. And this is kind of where he was at his best. MKG got injured the next preseason and missed 75 games on the sideline in 2016. And 17, he came back with 9 points per game and his best years of his career, but MKG never got better at basketball the way many people hoped. His jump shot had a major problem. This is a 24-2 Clipper run, step back for a 3, misses badly. Here tonight is Kidd-Gilchrist. Misses extra rest for Paul, and aside from the occasional dunk, he wasn't really ever someone you worried about scoring on in 2020. He was traded to the Dallas Mavericks and then the New York Knicks, but was cut by both teams in the 2021. Interviewed Kidd-Gilchrist clearly said that he was not quitting basketball, but as of now, he's not been signed by any team. This was a terrible pick for Charlotte. They could have grabbed Harrison Barnes, who played the same position and was a better scorer. But before you get all sad, just know that MK made over $70 million in his career. So even though he's considered an NBA bust, he's the one laughing all the way to the bank. The third pick in the 2012 NBA draft was Bradley Beal from the University of Florida. Bradley Beal's been a scoring machine his entire life. He was the #1 ranked shooting guard in high school. SEC Freshman of the Week 6 times in college, and once he got to the NBA, Beal showed right away that he could score with the very best in his first season. he made, all rookie team averaging 13 points. 3 rebounds and 2 assists per game since then. Bill has gotten better every year. In 2018, he made his first All-Star team. In 2020, he became the youngest player in the NBA to make 900 career three. He finished as the second highest scorer in the entire league for a while. Beal's growing skills worked perfectly with Wizards point guard John Wall from 2013 to 2018 Washington. Made the playoffs each year except for 2016. And according to Wall, LeBron was scared to play them in the playoffs. I'm telling you. If you do anything with anybody from the cast, that was one thing they did not want to see on the East in the last couple of years. Beal has changed his game into more of a scoring killer. His points, assists, and rebounds have all gone down, but his shooting has gotten way better second chance. He's also getting more blocks, roughly the same amount of steals per game, and turning the ball over less, all while playing fewer minutes. Many fans have said that Bill should leave Washington, but he just signed a 5-year, $250 million contract, so it looks like Bill will stay a very rich Wizard for a while. We got some breaking news into the Washington Wizards trading Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns for Chris Paul, Landers, Shamet, and draft compensation. Okay, well, as of June 2023, Beal is out of Washington and in Phoenix with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.